On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Mythology.
A collection of myths equals traditional stories accepted as history, or the study of myths.
Examples:
Tale from mythology. Ancient mythology. He studies Greek and Roman mythology.
Chief.
Most important or primary, noun, a person who is in charge.
Examples:
Chief accountant. Chief events of the year. Mining is a chief source of income for the country.
Suppose.
To think that something is likely to be actual or possible.
Examples:
Suppose you're right. Suppose beforehand. What do you suppose the culprit's motive was?
Scribe.
A person who writes out copies of documents or manuscripts, especially in ancient times.
Examples:
Scribe in ancient Egypt. Financial scribe. The scribe's skills were in high demand in medieval times, when many people were illiterate.
Storytelling.
The act or art of narrating or writing stories.
Examples:
Storytelling performance. Courtroom storytelling. She was skilled in storytelling techniques, such as using different voices for other characters.
Athletics.
The physical activities or sports that involve physical exertion and competition, such as running, jumping, throwing, or walking.
Examples:
High school athletics. Professional athletics. She excelled in athletics during high school and went on to compete at the collegiate level.
Warlord.
A military leader who has gained control over a region or territory, typically through force or intimidation. A commander of an army or group of soldiers who operates outside the control of a legitimate government.
Examples:
Tribal warlord. Regional warlord. The warlord's army was well equipped and well trained, making them a formidable force to reckon with.
Broth.
A liquid in which meat, fish, or vegetables have been cooked, used as a base for soups and stews.
Examples:
Chicken broth. Remains of broth. I always add a bit of broth to my soup to give it more flavor.
Decide.
To make up someone's mind about something, to come to a conclusion or judgment after considering options.
Examples:
Decide a question. Decide on a course of action. She couldn't decide whether to order the pizza or the pasta for dinner.
Leap.
To jump or spring into the air, often with the feet leaving the ground or a surface below, to move quickly or suddenly, often forward or upward.
Examples:
leap to a conclusion, leap of faith. The athlete was able to leap over the hurdle with ease.
Peacock.
A large, colorful, and majestic bird of the pheasant family.
Examples:
as proud as a peacock. Male peacock. The vibrant feathers of the peacock made it stand out in the garden.
Continent.
One of the Earth's large landmasses. Adjective, abstaining from your feelings, especially your desire to have sex.
Examples:
the inland of a continent. Continent urinary diversion. Flight across the continent was a daring adventure in its day.
Par.
A state of being equal to someone or something.
Examples:
above par performance. Not up to par. Shares in the company finally fell below their par value.
Logos.
A Greek term referring to logic, reason, or intellectual discourse, which denotes the rational principle that governs the universe or the persuasive appeal based on logic or reason in an argument.
Examples:
Logos principle. Divine logos. Modern philosophy has often been criticized as logocentric, focusing predominantly on rationality.
Mythos.
The collection of beliefs, stories, and cultural narratives that define the values, traditions, and identity of a particular group, community, or society.
Examples:
rich mythos. Mythos of heroism. The mythos surrounding the famous artist's life has been the subject of many books and movies.
Objective.
A goal, aim, or purpose that is intended or sought after. A goal that is based on facts, evidence, or unbiased reasoning rather than personal opinions, feelings, or beliefs. Adjective, of or relating something that is based on facts and not influenced by personal feelings or biases.
Examples:
objective assessment. Financial objective. The study's main objective is to identify risk factors for heart disease.
Logical.
Characterized by clear and sound reasoning, following a rational and systematic approach, based on or in accordance with logic or reason.
Examples:
logical conclusion. Logical reasoning. The mathematical equation had a logical solution that was easy to follow.
Universal.
Existing or affecting everywhere or everyone.
Examples:
universal life. Principles of universal design. The picture earned near universal acclaim from critics.
Factual.
Relating to or consisting of facts, based on or pertaining to verifiable knowledge or information.
Examples:
factual evidence. Factual accuracy. It's important to present evidence-based and factual arguments.
Subjective.
Based on a personal perspective or feeling rather than an unbiased or objective view. Influenced by personal opinions, interpretations, or feelings.
Examples:
subjective opinion, subjective interpretation. The concept of time is subjective and can feel longer or shorter depending on the situation.
Emotional.
Relating to people's feelings.
Examples:
emotional health, emotional distress. Human emotional responses vary widely depending on the society to which they belong.
Perception.
A belief, opinion, or image you have based on how you regard, understand, or interpret something, the ability to see, hear, or notice something through the senses.
Examples:
keen perception, perception of a stimulus. He is a man admired for the depth of his perception.
Myth.
An ancient story or set of stories accepted as history, especially explaining the worldview of a people.
Examples:
the myth of an old religion. Perpetuate a myth. With the financial bubble bursting, the myth of economic growth in investment banking collapsed.
Function.
The purpose or use of an object, system, or process, a particular activity or operation that is designed to serve a specific purpose, a mathematical concept that describes a relationship between two sets of values, called the input and output sets. Verb, to operate or work in a specific way, or to perform a particular task or purpose.
Examples:
function properly, immune function. The brain is an incredibly complex organ that controls the body's function.
Reaction.
A response that reveals a person's feelings or attitude. In chemistry, a process in which one or more substances are changed into others.
Examples:
chemical reaction, trigger a reaction. There was a chemical reaction of the lime with the groundwater.
Ancestor.
A person from whom one is descended, a forefather.
Examples:
ancestor language, earliest human ancestor. My remote ancestor immigrated to the United States from Ireland in the 1800s.
Transmit.
To send or forward an electronic signal, to pass something from one person or thing to another.
Examples:
transmit the disease, transmit information. Parents often transmit their characteristics to their children.
Generation.
All the people born and living at about the same time, regarded collectively, the production of heat or electricity.
Examples:
generation gap, The generation of electricity. The younger generation has different values and beliefs than the older one.
Symbol.
Something visible that is used to represent something else.
Examples.
Symbol color. Symbol for happiness. The dragon is considered a symbol of bravery.
Ritual.
Any customary observance or practice, any prescribed procedure for conducting religious ceremonies.
Examples.
A ritual dance. Morning ritual. The woman of the house does the holy ritual of lighting 2 candles.
Indifferent.
Having no strong feeling or preference, neutral.
Examples.
Indifferent attitude. An indifferent glance. The doctor remained indifferent to the patient's pleas for a second opinion.
Rational.
Based on reason or logic, using good judgment and sound thinking.
Examples.
Rational decision. The rational faculty. The rational approach to problem solving involves weighing all options.
Viewpoint.
A way of thinking about a specific subject, a place from which something can be viewed, especially in an area of natural beauty.
Examples.
A scientific viewpoint. Aesthetic viewpoint. We looked at this issue from a different viewpoint.
Cult.
A small religious group, especially one that is not part of a larger religion and that is regarded as outside the norm, followers of an exclusive system of beliefs and practices.
Examples.
Cult members. Cult's practices. The cult leader promised his followers that they would achieve enlightenment if they followed his teachings.
Superstition.
A belief or practice that is not based on science or reason and that is often connected with a religion.
Examples.
Superstition in religion. Believe in superstition. There is a surviving superstition that black cats are a symbol of bad luck.
Faith.
Complete trust in something or someone's ability or knowledge, a strong belief in religion, divine power, etc.
Examples.
Religious faith. Faith in government. He kept his robust faith in his company.
Illogical.
Not making sense or not based on sound reasoning.
Examples.
Illogical argument. Illogical reasoning. His argument made no sense and was completely illogical.
Clash.
A fight or argument between two groups of people, a loud noise caused by striking against something.
Examples.
A clash of viewpoints. A clash between the two task forces. Her dress was a disturbing clash of colors.
Civilization.
A complex and highly organized society that has developed over time and has a dominant culture, including features such as language, religion, government, technology, and social customs.
Examples:
Civilization decline. Lost civilization. The rise and fall of civilizations can be studied through history and archaeology.
Monk.
A member of a religious community of men living under vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience.
Examples:
Monk lifestyle. Cloistered monk. The ascetic monk spent his days in prayer and contemplation in the monastery.
Yoga.
A Hindu spiritual and ascetic discipline including breath control, simple meditation, and the adoption of specific bodily postures, which is widely practiced for health and relaxation.
Examples:
Aerial yoga. Yoga teacher. Many people find that regular yoga practice can help reduce stress and anxiety.
Stare.
To gaze or look fixedly and intently at someone or something, often in a questioning, curious, or suspicious manner. Noun, a fixed, intense, and prolonged gaze or look.
Examples:
Stare blankly. Give a menacing stare. He couldn't help but stare at the beautiful sunset over the ocean.
Nothingness.
A state or situation where nothing exists.
Examples:
Pass into nothingness. A sense of nothingness. Having made a big mistake, she wanted to vanish into nothingness.
Conquer.
To bring under control by force or authority.
Examples:
Conquer fatal disease. Conquer the world. You must conquer your anxiety about driving.
Pointless.
Having no purpose or reason, serving no useful function, meaningless or senseless.
Examples:
Pointless argument. Pointless task. The meeting was considered pointless since nothing was accomplished.
Construct.
To build or create something, to assemble or combine different parts to form something whole.
Examples:
Construct a 3D image. Construct a dam. He constructs hypotheses that no mathematician has ever imagined before.
Hero.
A person who is admired or idealized for courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities, a character in literature or history who is central to the plot and who exhibits heroic qualities.
Examples:
Local hero. Unsung hero. The soldier who sacrificed his life for his country is considered a national hero.
Participate.
To take part in something.
Examples:
Participate fully in conversation. Participate in the program. The majority of students actively participated in the college's intramural sports program.
Victory.
A success in a game, competition, election, or battle, or the knowledge that you have won.
Examples:
Victory in the law court. Victory over terrorism. We are optimistic about our final victory.
Assured.
Confident and sure, having no doubts or worries.
Examples:
Assured confidence. An assured position. She was assured of a bright future after graduation.
Withdraw.
To remove or take back something, to stop participating in something.
Examples:
Withdraw from public life. Withdraw $500 from my account. The company decided to withdraw its proposal due to public opposition.
Defeat.
To win against somebody in a fight, war, or attempt.
Examples:
Defeat a global power. Defeat body odor. Despite his best efforts, he was unable to defeat the enemy.
Inevitable.
Certain to happen and unavoidable.
Examples:
Inevitable changes of the seasons. Inevitable result. In times of recession, an increase in unemployment is inevitable.
Destiny.
The events that will inevitably happen to a particular person or thing in the future.
Examples:
Foreordained destiny. Destiny of the individual. It is said that our destiny is written in the stars.
Roll.
To move in a particular direction by turning over and over or from side to side.
Examples:
Roll a ball. Roll down his cheeks. He was exhausted and rolled into bed as soon as he got home.
Boulder.
A large, smooth rock, typically one that has been worn away from a cliff or mountain by erosion.
Examples:
Boulder field. Lava boulder. The hikers had to climb over a boulder that was blocking their path.
Monotonous.
Lacking in variety, excitement, or interest, repetitive and tedious.
Examples:
Monotonous routine. Monotonous job. The monotonous task of data entry required intense concentration.
Mediocre.
Of only average quality, not very good.
Examples:
Mediocre performance. A mediocre talent. He was considered a mediocre artist compared to others in his field.
Meaningless.
Having no meaning, direction, or purpose.
Examples:
A meaningless endeavor. Do a meaningless task. This experiment's results are meaningless because the other conditions are not identical.
Spectacular.
Striking or impressive to look at or in performance or achievement.
Examples:
Spectacular view. Achieve spectacular growth. The spectacular fireworks display was the highlight of the festival.
Fetch.
To go and bring back something or someone, to retrieve or obtain something.
Examples:
Fetch the mail. Fetch a ball. Could you help me fetch the ball from the other side of the field?
Fleece.
A soft, thick, and fluffy layer of fiber that forms the coat of a sheep or similar animal. Verb, to shear the wool from a sheep or similar woolly animal.
Examples:
Fleece material. Fluffy fleece. She wore a fleece jacket to stay warm in the chilly weather.
Labyrinth.
A complicated network of paths or passages, often with twists and turns, making it difficult to find one's way out.
Examples:
A labyrinth of relationships. Labyrinthine pathways. It was easy to get lost in the labyrinth of narrow alleyways in the old city.
Bull.
A male bovine animal, an investor who has a positive outlook on the market or a particular investment and buys with the expectation of prices increasing.
Examples:
Bull market. Bullfighter. The farmer raised a bull on his ranch for breeding purposes.
Minotaur.
In Greek mythology, a creature with the head of a bull and the body of a man is depicted as inhabiting a labyrinth on the island of Crete.
Examples:
Defeating the Minotaur. Labyrinth of the Minotaur. The ancient Greek myth tells the tale of the Minotaur, a half-man and half-bull creature.
Exhilarate.
To make someone feel very happy, animated, or excited, to fill with energy or a sense of euphoria.
Examples:
Exhilarate the crowd. Exhilarate the audience. The sense of accomplishment from completing a challenging hike can exhilarate those who love the great outdoors.
Ambrosia.
In Greek mythology, the food or drink of the gods believed to bestow immortality, something exceptionally pleasing or delicious to consume.
Examples:
Ambrosia of modern cuisine. Ambrosia salad. With its sweet and delicate notes, the perfume was like an ambrosia for the senses.
Extraordinary.
Exceptional, unexpected, very unusual, surpassing the ordinary or usual.
Examples:
Extraordinary ability. Extraordinary weather. He narrated the extraordinary story of his adventure.
Heaven.
Of various religious and mythological traditions, a place or state of existence considered to be the abode of the divine, the afterlife, or a higher realm of being, a state of great happiness, contentment, or beauty.
Examples:
Ascend to heaven. Heaven on earth. He felt like heaven when he tasted the delicious chocolate cake.
Peak.
The point to which something or someone is at its strongest, best, or most successful, the pointed top of a mountain.
Examples:
At peak hour. The peak current in the circuit. This measurement aims to reduce traffic at peak periods.
Hoist.
To elevate or drag anything to a higher position, usually with the help of ropes or specific equipment.
Examples:
Hoist the flags. Hoist the anchor. The patient was hoisted onto the operation table.
Countless.
Too numerous to be counted or very many.
Examples:
Countless hours. Answer countless questions. There are countless methods for dealing with stress.
Claim.
To assert that something is true, to demand or request something as one's own, to lay legal or moral right to something. Noun, a demand or assertion of a right or something that one believes to be true.
Examples:
Claim responsibility. False claim. He wants to claim ownership of the abandoned property.
Suddenly.
Quickly and unexpectedly.
Examples:
Suddenly attacked by an enemy. Die suddenly. Who answers suddenly knows little.
Canvas.
Heavy closely woven fabric used for making tents, sails, etc. and by artists for painting on.
Examples:
Blank canvas. Oil on canvas. Life is a vast canvas, and you should put as much paint on it as you can.
Infinity.
The state or quality of having no end or limit. Mathematics, a number greater than any natural number.
Examples:
The infinity of the universe. Negative infinity. That investor saw an infinity of possibilities in this company. Insignificant. Of little importance, influence, or power.
Examples:
Insignificant amount. An insignificant mistake. He made me feel small and insignificant. Ram. To strike or push forcefully, often to cause damage, to batter or break open a door or barrier using brute force.
Examples:
Ram the door open. Ram into the ice. The car rammed into the wall, causing significant damage.
Adventure.
A journey or a series of events that is unusual, exciting, or dangerous.
Examples:
Gastronomic adventures. Adventure film. He sailed the Atlantic Ocean multiple times during his adventures.
Lifetime.
The duration of someone's life or of something's existence.
Examples:
Lifetime benefits. Lifetime ban from the sport. She had lived through 2 world wars in her lifetime.
Eventually.
Finally, particularly after a long time or a lot of struggle, complications, and so on.
Examples:
Eventually become obsolete. Eventually succeed. The corporation eventually dominated the entire tobacco business.
Separate.
To force, take, or pull apart, mark as different.
Examples:
Separate video into chapter. Separate cream from milk. We need to separate the aspect of his personality from the part of his competence when making an investment decision.
Endlessly.
In a way that continues for a long time or seems to have no end or limit.
Examples:
Repeat endlessly. Worry endlessly about our future. The procession of demonstrators was endlessly continuing.
Grand.
Important and large in size, scope, or extent.
Examples:
A grand meal. Grand this year.
Goddess.
A female god, especially in ancient mythology, a woman who is worshipped or adored.
Examples:
A goddess of beauty. Winged goddess of victory. The festival was held in honor of the harvest goddess.
Worship.
To have or show a strong feeling of profound respect and admiration for a religious entity such as God or a god.
Examples:
Worship God. Absolutely worship. They traditionally worship their guru.
Dunk.
To immerse or submerge briefly in a liquid, often repeatedly to coat or moisten, to slam or force something down into a container of liquid.
Examples:
Dunk in water. Dunk a basketball. I like to dunk my cookies in milk before eating them.
Infinite.
Unlimited or very great, impossible to measure.
Examples:
Infinite appetite. Infinite in supply. The battle had an infinite impact on the nation.
Linear.
Of, relating to, or consisting of lines or length, able to be expressed as a straight line, especially on a graph.
Examples:
Linear trend. A linear equation. People tend to make linear predictions.
Cycle.
An interval during which a recurring sequence of events occurs, a bicycle or motorcycle.
Examples:
The cycle of the seasons. Go to the workplace by cycle. The food chain causes a material cycle.
Denominator.
The number below the line in a fraction.
Examples:
Common denominator. Different denominators. The first step is to rationalize the denominator of a fraction.
Achievement.
A thing that someone has accomplished, primarily through their effort and ability.
Examples:
Student achievement. A remarkable achievement. This achievement has never been formally accepted.
Paradigm.
A standard or typical example of something, a pattern or model.
Examples:
Major paradigm shift. Cultural paradigm. He postulated a completely different paradigm to explain all these phenomena.
Inspire.
To make somebody feel with the desire, confidence, or enthusiasm, especially to do something creative.
Examples:
Inspire a feeling of curiosity. Inspire him to write a novel. The unique style of this martial arts inspired many action film producers.
Mathematics.
The science dealing with the logic of quantities, shapes, spaces, and arrangement.
Examples:
A good grounding in mathematics. Mathematics competition. He has a flair for mathematics.
Discovery.
The act or process of finding information, a place, or an object, or learning about something that was previously not known.
Examples:
A scientific discovery. The great discovery of the century. Her research team made an important discovery.
Influence.
The ability to affect someone's or something's character, growth, or behavior, or the effect itself.
Examples:
Influence a child's future. Influence the daily life. The former emperor had a particular influence even after he abdicated.
Bound.
To move forward by leaps and bounds, to form the boundary of something.
Examples:
Bounded with delight. Bound up a staircase. Canada bounds on the United States.
Organization.
A group of people who work together for a shared purpose.
Examples:
Organization chart. Agricultural organization. She is the president of a large international organization.
Obsession.
The state in which a person's mind is filled with thoughts of one single object or particular person.
Examples:
obsession with character, national obsession. Gambling became an obsession for him, and he eventually lost everything.
Binary.
A system of numbers that uses only two digits, 0 and 1.
Examples:
a binary number, trading in binary options. A binary star is a system in which two stars revolve around each other.
Logic.
A way of thinking or reasoning conducted or evaluated by strict validity principles, the study of correct reasoning or good arguments.
Examples:
an indisputable logic, a demonstration in logic. There's no logic in his description.
Absolute.
Perfect or complete, or to the most considerable degree possible.
Examples:
absolute loyalty, an absolute must. Gandhi had an absolute zeal for nonviolence.
Standardize.
To make uniform or consistent in form, quality, or performance, to establish or implement a standard or standardization process.
Examples:
standardize a language, standardize administrative practices. The company standardized its procedures to improve efficiency and quality control.
Comfort.
A state of physical ease and freedom from pain or constraint.
Examples:
words of comfort, comfort level. He found comfort in the warm embrace of his loved ones.
Fuzzy.
Having a soft and indistinct outline or covered with fine, soft, and hair-like fibers.
Examples:
fuzzy logic, fuzzy memory. The picture was fuzzy because it was taken with an old camera. Context. The circumstances, facts, or conditions that surround a particular event, situation, or statement and that give it meaning.
Examples:
historical context, legal context. It's important to understand the context of a situation before making a decision. Relative. Considered and evaluated through comparison with something else.
Examples:
a remote relative, relative factors. Most countries prohibit sexual activity between certain close relatives. Ballerina. A female ballet equals a type of performance dance that tells a dramatic story or expresses an idea with music but no talking or singing. Dancer. Examples: classical ballerina, famous ballerina. The ballerina's graceful movements were a joy to watch.
Classic.
Judged or deserving to be regarded as one of the best or most important of its kind over a period of time, of a well-known type.
Examples:
A classic experiment. Chinese classic literature. He displayed the classic symptoms of depression.
Curvaceous.
Having flowing, graceful curves or an aesthetically pleasing shape, particularly used to describe a person's body form.
Examples:
Curvaceous figure. Curvaceous design. The fashion magazine featured a curvaceous model on its cover, celebrating body diversity.
Vision.
The ability to think about or see the future with imagination and intelligence, the faculty of being able to see.
Examples:
A prodigious vision. Telescopic vision. Driving is difficult for me because of my poor vision.
Process.
A series of actions or operations performed to achieve a particular outcome or goal. A systematic procedure or approach used to accomplish a specific task or objective. A method of treating milk to make it suitable for consumption or use in other dairy products.
Examples:
Process improvement. Decision-making process. The process for applying for a visa can be lengthy and complicated.
Wilderness.
A large, uncultivated, and sparsely populated area of land, often dense with trees and other vegetation, a region or area that is largely uninhabited, untouched by human development, or not subject to commercial exploitation.
Examples:
Untamed wilderness. Explore the wilderness. The hiker got lost in the wilderness and had to be rescued by search and rescue.
Commandment.
A divine rule, especially one of the 10 Commandments, an order or law given by authority.
Examples:
Violate a commandment. A religious commandment. He was punished because he contravened a commandment of God.
Comply.
To obey an order, set of rules, or request.
Examples:
Comply with a code. Fully comply with all laws. The public schools comply with federal standards.
Institute.
An organization that has a specific purpose, particularly one dealing with science, education, or a particular profession. Verb, to initiate, introduce, or establish something.
Examples:
Institute a lawsuit. Research institutes. This region has many institutes offering higher education.
Idiosyncrasy.
A distinctive or unique way of functioning, behaving, or thinking that is characteristic of an individual or a group, a peculiar or eccentric habit or behavior.
Examples:
Personal idiosyncrasy. Cultural idiosyncrasy. His idiosyncrasy of always wearing green socks was a quirky habit.
Individual.
A single person or thing, as distinct from a group.
Examples:
A private individual. Individual freedom. As an individual, he had the right to make his own decisions and live his life as he saw fit.
Concept.
An idea or principle associated with something abstract.
Examples:
Learn new concepts. Concept car. One such rapidly growing concept is quantum cryptography.
Harmony.
The combination of simultaneous musical notes to produce a pleasing effect, an attractive combination of related things and their properties.
Examples:
A harmony of colors. Break a harmony. We worked in perfect harmony.
Orchestra.
A large group of musicians who play classical music together, usually with instruments such as strings, woodwinds, brass, and percussion.
Examples:
Full orchestra. Orchestra conductor. The accomplished orchestra will give 2 more performances this week.
Conductor.
Someone who leads the performance of musicians or a piece of music, in physics, an object, substance, or material that readily allows the flow of electricity, heat, etc.
Examples:
Conductor directing a symphony. Oxide conductor. Diamonds are employed as thermal conductors as well.
Performer.
A person who entertains an audience or group by presenting artistic or theatrical acts, such as an actor, musician, dancer, or singer.
Examples:
Circus performer. Professional performer. The talented performer captivated the audience with his impressive magic tricks.
Standing.
Existing or remaining upright, having a vertical position, noun, social, financial, or professional status or reputation.
Examples:
Standing water. His social standing. The standing concert was packed with fans.
Replicate.
To make an exact copy of something, to repeat a process or experiment to confirm the results.
Examples:
Replicate the cell. Replicate data. The experiment was replicated several times to ensure accuracy.
Documentation.
Written or printed material that provides information or evidence about something, the act or process of creating such material.
Examples:
Software documentation. Documentation requirements. Make sure you have all the necessary documentation before traveling abroad.
Contract.
A legally binding agreement between 2 or more parties, setting out their rights and obligations to each other, typically in writing and enforceable by law.
Examples:
Employment contract, contract law. The company signed a contract with the supplier for the delivery of goods.
Conversation:
An informal talk between two or more people to exchange their views, ideas, information, etc.
Examples:
Conversation in English. A friendly conversation. Your conversation reflects your thoughts.
Compliance:
The act of following rules or regulations, often willingly or voluntarily. The act of conforming to a set of standards or guidelines.
Examples:
Compliance audit. Regulatory compliance. Conservation groups praised the company's compliance with environmental regulations.
Exasperate:
To irritate or annoy someone intensely, to provoke or aggravate someone to the point of exasperation, frustration, or fury.
Examples:
Exasperate him to anger. Exasperate a situation. Her constant complaining about the weather started to exasperate everyone around her.
Diverse:
Including numerous categories of individuals or entities, various.
Examples:
Diverse backgrounds. A person of diverse talents. New York is a city with a diverse ethnic population.
Chaotic:
Without any order or organization, extremely disorganized, unpredictable, and confusing.
Examples:
The chaotic economic situation. Chaotic theory. Change is also occurring in Turkey as a result of chaotic reform.
Ambiguous:
Open to more than one interpretation, not clear or decided.
Examples:
Ambiguous situation. Clarify ambiguous points. The instructions provided were ambiguous and confused the team.
Unpredictable:
Not capable of being foreseen or calculated, not regular or certain.
Examples:
Dangerously unpredictable person. Unpredictable outcome. The weather in this region is often unpredictable, with sudden rainstorms and strong winds.
Globalization:
The process by which economies, societies, and cultures around the world become increasingly integrated and interconnected through the rapid exchange of goods, services, ideas, and people across international borders.
Examples:
The rapid pace of globalization. Globalization trend. The spread of popular culture worldwide is an example of cultural globalization.
Modern:
Of or belonging to the present time or recent times.
Examples:
Modern poetry. pre-modern agricultural society. Their headquarters are in a modern skyscraper.
Institutional.
Of, in, or relating to a large important organization, such as a university or bank, organized as or forming part of the standard systems, practices, etc.
Examples:
Institutional bank. Address institutional constraints. We have to discuss the institutional reforms of our country.
Medical.
Relating to the treatment of illness or injuries, relating to the practice of medicine.
Examples:
A medical opinion. Temporary medical treatment. The medical team worked quickly to save the patient's life.
Surgery.
Medical treatment of injuries or diseases involving an incision with instruments and often removing or replacing some parts of the body, the branch of medical science that treats disease or injury by operative procedures.
Examples:
Cardiac surgery. The professor of surgery. He had undergone heart surgery years before.
Nowhere.
Not in, at, or to any place, not anywhere.
Examples:
Nowhere else to go. Come out of nowhere. I've been thinking all day and getting nowhere.
Pharmaceutical.
Relating to the production and selling of the medical drugs.
Examples:
Major pharmaceutical companies. Commercial pharmaceutical products. She gave money to help set up a pharmaceutical laboratory.
Industrious.
Hardworking, diligent, and persistent in effort.
Examples:
Industrious worker. Industrious student. He was known to be very industrious and would often work late into the night.
Healthcare.
The organized activity or business of preserving mental and physical health by preventing or treating illness through services offered by the health profession.
Examples:
Healthcare agency. Rising healthcare cost. In an aging population, citizens must pay more to maintain quality healthcare.
Consultant.
A person who provides professional or expert advice.
Examples:
Consultant firm. Chief consultant. We hired a management consultant to help us improve our business strategy.
Strategy.
A detailed plan of action designed to achieve a long-term or overall goal.
Examples:
Military strategy. Develop a strategy. Our plan includes a comprehensive marketing strategy.
Tactics.
The methods or strategies used to achieve a specific goal or outcome, particularly in the context of military, business, or sports.
Examples:
Blitz tactics. Political tactics. The marketing team developed new tactics to boost sales.
Colleague.
One of a group of a coworker, especially in a profession or a business.
Examples.
Collaborate with colleagues. Former colleague. I decided to seek counseling on the advice of my colleague.
Invoice.
A bill or statement of charges for goods or services provided, typically containing details such as quantity, price, and date of delivery or service.
Examples.
Invoice number. Unpaid invoice. The invoice for the new product shipment arrived in the mail today.
Parameterize.
To describe or represent something as a parameter, equals a numerical or measurable factor that defines a system and determines its performance, or parameters.
Examples.
Parameterize the utility function. Parameterize the complex system. All climate models apply the same physical laws, but the outcomes vary because they parameterize phenomena like cloud formation differently.
Software.
A set of computer programs and associated documentation and data for doing particular computational jobs.
Examples.
Software architect. Copyrighted software. The company specializes in both hardware and software.
Retail.
The sale of goods or services to consumers, especially in small quantities, either directly to the end customer or through retail outlets.
Examples.
Retail store. A retail dealer. The retail industry has been affected by the rise of online shopping.
Chain.
A series of connected links or objects, a system or group of interconnected elements, a restraint or shackle.
Examples.
Chain reaction. Supply chain. The chain on my bike broke, leaving me stranded.
Bazaar.
Marketplace, especially one in the Middle East.
Examples.
A charity bazaar. A church bazaar. The bazaar market was filled with colorful stalls selling goods from all over the world.
Dynamic.
Having a lot of energy, ideas, and enthusiasm and a strong personality, of or relating to dynamics, equals the branch of physics and engineering concerned with the forces that cause motions of bodies.
Examples.
A dynamic market. Dynamic person. The sprinter has a dynamic way of running.
Intuitive.
Obtained through feelings rather than facts or proof.
Examples.
Intuitive eating. Intuitive judgment. I had an intuitive feeling that I might be pregnant. Develop. To grow or expand, to improve or refine through a process of progress and refinement, often to achieve greater sophistication or complexity, to elaborate or add detail to something that is in the process of being created.
Examples:
Develop a strategy. Develop a skill. We must develop a new system to streamline our workflow and increase efficiency.
Structure:
The way of construction of something and the arrangement of its parts, or a complex thing constructed of many parts.
Examples:
The structure of a machine. Structure and function of the brain. The organizational structure of startups is often flat and straightforward.
Align:
To put or arrange two or more things in a straight line or to form a straight line.
Examples:
Align the economic interest of each other. Align with a historical trend. Both parties are now entirely ideologically aligned.
Measurable:
Able to be measured, quantified, or assessed in some way.
Examples:
Measurable data. Measurable achievement. The company sets measurable goals to track progress and ensure success.
Enhance:
To increase or improve the quality, amount, or strength of someone or something.
Examples:
Enhance value. Enhance the flavor of the vanilla. The new strategy will enhance the profitability of our company.
Sensitivity:
The ability to perceive or respond to subtle differences or changes. The ability to understand and respond to the needs and feelings of others.
Examples:
Sensitivity analysis. Become full of sensitivity. The instrument has a high sensitivity to temperature changes.
Explicit:
Stated clearly and in detail, leaving no room for confusion or doubt.
Examples:
Explicit content. Explicit instructions. The movie had an explicit sex scene that some viewers might find offensive.
Obvious:
Easy to see, discover, or understand.
Examples:
Obvious reasons. His conclusion was obvious. There are obvious differences between the two wine-producing regions.
Darshan:
A Hindu term refers to seeing or beholding a deity, holy person, or sacred object, often considered a form of worship and is believed to allow devotees to establish a spiritual connection or receive blessings.
Examples:
Darshan pilgrimage. Spiritual darshan. Thousands of devotees gathered at the temple for a darshan of the deity during the annual festival.
Temple:
A place of worship, especially one that is associated with a particular religion or faith, the flat area on either side of the forehead.
Examples:
Temple complex. A tour guide at the temple. He visited the temple to pray and make offerings to the gods.
Unblinkingly.
Without blinking or looking away, with unwavering focus or attentiveness.
Examples:
Gazed unblinkingly. Watch unblinkingly. The child stared unblinkingly at the magician's every move, completely captivated by the performance.
Divine.
Of, from, or like a god, holy or sacred.
Examples:
Divine intervention. Divine grace. The view from the mountaintop was truly divine.
Empathy.
The ability to share another person's feelings or experiences by imagining that person's situation.
Examples:
Full of empathy. Empathy for patients. Empathy is also necessary to understand history.
Aft.
The opposite of forward, located at or towards the rear or back of a ship, aircraft, or other vehicle.
Examples:
Aft cabin. Aft view. The aft section of the ship suffered significant damage after the collision with the reef.
Blindfold.
A covering for the eyes used to block out light, particularly one used as a means of sensory deprivation or as a form of punishment or revenge. Verb: to cover someone's eyes with a blindfold or similar material, often as a way of preventing them from seeing something or to make a game or activity more challenging.
Examples:
Blindfold game. Blindfold challenge. The doctor administered a blindfold test to evaluate the patient's sense of touch.
Surround.
To be all around something or somebody.
Examples:
Surround a town. A stone wall surrounds the palace. On 3 sides, mountains surround the settlement.
Stakeholder.
A person or group that has an interest or concern in something, especially a business.
Examples:
Stakeholder engagement. Improve stakeholder relations. The organization held stakeholder consultations to gather input on the project.
Invariably.
In every case or on every occasion, without exception.
Examples:
Invariably polite. Invariably correct. She invariably arrived at the office early each day.
Penny.
A small denomination of currency or coin, typically the smallest unit of a currency system. In the U.S., a coin worth 1 cent.
Examples:
Penny stock. Save a penny. I found a lucky penny on the ground while walking to work this morning.
Succeed.
To accomplish or achieve a desired or intended result or goal. To prosper or attain success in a given field or endeavor.
Examples:
Succeed beyond expectations. Succeed academically. I hope to succeed in my career and live a happy life.
Professional.
Having or showing the skill appropriate to a particular job, competent or skillful.
Examples:
Professional athlete. Certified professional secretary. He has a professional demeanor and always presents himself in a polished manner.
Emotion.
A strong feeling such as love, anger, etc., deriving from one's situation, mood, or relationships with others.
Examples:
Control my emotion. Afraid to show emotion. Some emotions are common across cultures and backgrounds.
Fundamentalist.
A person who adheres strictly to the basic principles of any subject or discipline.
Examples:
Fundamentalist church. Political fundamentalist. He is a religious fundamentalist and strictly adheres to the teachings of his faith.
Violent.
Involving or caused by physical force or aggression against someone or something.
Examples:
Victim of a violent crime. Violent incident. The protesters became violent when the police tried to disperse them.
Outcome.
The result or effect of an action, event, etc.
Examples:
Improved student outcomes. A desirable outcome. They awaited news of the outcome of the election.
Phenomenon.
Something that exists and can be perceptible, especially one that is not fully understood.
Examples:
Natural phenomenon. Historical phenomenon. A rainbow is a natural phenomenon.
Eternal.
Being without beginning or end, lasting forever.
Examples:
The hope of eternal life. Eternal quarreling. In every civilization, rulers have tried everything possible to obtain eternal life.